going to actually go through the things that I wish I hadn't done. Also, how I got rid of my acne. Whew. Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome to a brand new YouTube video. Today's gonna be just a little bit of I'm gonna call this camera therapy because it's me talking about my journey, how I lost pretty much 50 to 60 pounds, and then also how I got rid of my acne, which I still have a few scars, but how I'm getting rid of my acne. We're gonna be sharing that today. So buckle up, get ready for some real rawness, realness, and this whole story, the point of it is to actually make you feel more positive and comfortable and confident in yourself. It's not to tell you to lose weight or anything like that. I'm going to actually go through the things that I wish I hadn't done, and hopefully, you'll take some valuable stuff away from this. So I'll start from the very beginning. I would say I started to get a little bit on the bigger side when I was 10, 11 years old, all the way up until about age 15, 16. I was, pretty big. I was about 160 pounds, I think, at my heaviest. And I was constantly told, or my appearance was constantly commented upon, whether it was by people that were at my school or family members that would just say that they really just were concerned about me or cared about me. And I understand that, but I think at that age, it really impacted me. And I thought in my head, number one, if I can't get them to realize that I'm someone beyond the way that I look, maybe I can distract them by wearing really interesting, fancy clothes. So that started my love affair with fashion. But then it didn't really work. People were still commenting on my appearance, my weight, and also how oily my skin was, how much acne I had, how oily my hair was, and all these things. And I just started to feel really ugly. Even though I knew the kind of person that I wasn't ugly, and even at that age I knew I had a nice personality, but everyone would constantly say things, to the point even the guy that I was crushing on in 7th or 8th grade, whatever it was, he used to tell me, do you know people are talking about you? Do you know that they're talking about your skin? And it used to really affect me. And so I decided I was gonna diet like crazy, exercise like crazy, go crazy, and just lose a bunch of weight and show everyone this is what I can do. Yeah, kind of like revenge body, but not because I was going through a breakup or anything, just because I felt like I wanted to prove myself. So first lesson I want to tell all of you guys, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone except for yourself. Do not try to prove yourself to anyone else. Be kind and gentle with yourself, and if there's something that you do want to change about yourself, don't be so harsh about it. So I did this crazy crash dieting and over-exercising. It led me to faint twice. The first time I fainted, I got stitches on my chin, and I was on vacation with my family in Las Vegas, and it was just, really bad memories. And oh my God, my dad had to rush me to the hospital. The guy at the hospital was really old, his hands were shaking, he didn't know how to stitch. So my dad ended up actually doing most of the stitches on my chin, and you can imagine, my dad has no experience in medicine. He's a business owner, he does something else completely, so it was just so weird. And that was the first time I fainted. The second time was actually during a summer school course at my high school in a gymnasium filled with students. I just randomly started feeling super dizzy, and then I fell. And then next thing I know, I wake up and all this is happening, and they wheel me out in a wheelchair. God, I don't even want to remember it, but yeah, it was embarrassing, number one, and it made me realize you cannot do this to yourself. You gotta take care of your health, which is why I'm so open with you guys on Instagram stories about things that I'm eating, exercise. These are all important things to me, and I take good care of myself rather than pressure myself to look a certain way. But yeah, I think it was just a bunch of intense dieting, doing some really unhealthy things, and then once, that stuff didn't really make me lose much weight. Maybe I lost the first 20 pounds with that, and then I was yo-yoing a lot. And then I think what ended up happening was, because I do Indian classical dance, I used to start practicing a lot more. I was training to give a solo dance debut on stage, and I think that routine of consistency really helped me shed the weight. But that being said, I do not at all recommend that you do such intense weight loss at such a young age, first of all, unless it's your doctor's telling you have to do it. When you're 13, 14, 15, this is not the age. If anyone watching is this age, this is not the age to put so much pressure on yourself. And I know today with social media, it's so hard to see yourself sometimes as beautiful because of everything that you're seeing and all these skinny models trust me guys, I still have so many issues with my body image. I look in the mirror, there are places of fat that I just, we all have that. And I think it's important to stop pointing that out, and especially with your friends. If someone says something like, oh, my stomach is looking so bad, whatever, try to shift the conversation to positive. Instead of saying my stomach is looking so bad, say my arms look amazing today, or whatever it is. Try to say positive things about your body, and I promise you it's going to really, really pay off in the long run. You'll have a healthier relationship with yourself, and you'll have to work through so many less issues when you're older. So I think, definitely my journey with weight loss is something that I'm mentally and emotionally still recovering from. Today I'm 50, 60 pounds less, no, not 60, but like 50 pounds less, and I don't feel any different, to be honest with you. I feel like the same exact girl. It's so weird because people look at me differently because I love fashion, beauty, and makeup, and maybe now because because I've lost so much weight, they see, oh, like, she's like really glamorous and whatever, but I don't think you have to be any size to be glamorous or beautiful or fashionable or anything. Every single size is beautiful, so if you're looking at yourself ever in the mirror in the next hour, 2 hours, day, say something positive. Now that's enough about my body and weight. Let's talk about acne now, because this is something that I'm working on currently. I struggled with quite a bit of bad acne, and I'm now 21, and I thought it would kind of go away, and there were periods where it was really good, and then I came back to California after college. I did college in Boston, and my skin was pretty good there. Came back to California and my skin was just getting so bad again. All these acne scars, everything was just frustrating because I had to be in front of the camera all the time because I'm constantly creating content. So I was like, what can I do? I saw one dermatologist, some really big hotshot in Beverly Hills that, he's worked for some people, he worked for my aunt. I wasn't really sure if his method was the right way. He was telling me to do a chemical peel and a lot of things that I felt like were a little invasive. So I went to a new dermatologist. I've been given a lot of new stuff, so my skincare routine has changed completely. That's not to say I don't use any other skincare product other than this. I kind of sneak some of my favorites in because I have to, and I love those. So I'm using this Epion's gel cleanser. If you have problem oily skin, this is really nice. Now please don't buy any of these and think that they're right for you, because these is all dermatologist prescribed. So I'm just showing you what I'm using. Epion's gel cleanser. So I use this once in the morning, once at night. In the morning, after I use this, I will put a thin layer of this, which is, it's called Dapsone. Okay, well the lid just came off, I'll find it. It's called Dapsone. It's some kind of gel. It's by a brand called Sinceris. It has some interesting ingredients, but anyways, I was given this by my dermatologist. I have to apply a thin film on my skin after washing it in the mornings, and then after this I can use whatever moisturizer I like. This is where I get to use some of my favorite brands. Sometimes I use Tata Harper, sometimes I use Clarins, and a bunch of others, so I switch those up. But yeah, that's in the morning, and then at night, after washing with this, I'm using MZQ topical foam. There's a hormone in this foam, which is kind of weird to me and kind of scared me off, but then my dermatologist was like, just try it. If it doesn't work, then we'll switch you on to something else. This has worked actually, and it's kind of like a yellow foam, and yeah, it's worked on me. But again, guys, don't go out and buy these and think that it's going to help you for your skin. I would say go see a dermatologist and go to one that you are comfortable with their approach. Don't just go to one that someone says is the best, because sometimes their approaches are a little bit different. So find your comfort zone. Some of my acne scars, they're my lower jawline, and I think it had a lot to do with hormonal imbalances. I struggled for a really long time. Okay, this is the first time I'm saying it, but I struggled for a really long time. I didn't get my period because I was so active with dance, and I was training for a 3-hour solo dance performance for a very long time. So I struggled with not getting my period. My period is still kind of irregular, but I'm getting it more often now. So it's kind of just I know I have some kind of hormonal imbalances and there's something weird in my body. So it's really important for me to take care of myself, whether that's sleep, food, exercise, all of these things, just having a really very balanced life. I'm choking on my words. Having a very balanced lifestyle is extremely, extremely important for me. And yeah, I've noticed when I'm most at rest, my period actually does come back, so that's something. So yeah, I just want to tell everyone out there, please take care of yourselves. The point of making this video was to kind of explain to you guys that I'm also a work in progress. I have a lot of things that I'm working through. a lot of things that I've struggled with over the years. And just to tell you guys, if you're struggling with something, it is okay, but try to learn to accept yourself as you are and seek the right kind of help and choose a very safe, comfortable method to deal with your problems, whatever they are. Like whether it's, you want to shed a few pounds, that's fine. Do it in a healthy way and consult a proper person about it, or just make sure you're being kind to yourself. Don't be super harsh. So that's all I wanted to get out to you guys today. I wanted to kind of just share and talk, and ooh, I shared a lot more than I thought I would, but I shared. So I hope that it was valuable to some of you guys. When in doubt, just look in the mirror and give yourself a very, very big hug, because you deserve it. Bye guys.